guys, it's your girl JK, and welcome to another episode of the Many Wigs Podcast, where if it's popping, I got a wig for the topic. Today's episode is sponsored by Main Allure Beauty Supply, and we have a treat. Y'all know all about the mini wigs I wear, but hunty, I have somebody who wears just as many wigs as me. We have the handsome VaLentine with us today. Hello there. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi,
It's
hi.
nice to meet you.
It's
So
nice
beautiful.
To meet you too. Thank you.
And
You're
yes,
so handsome.
I wear many wigs.
Yes. And we're going to talk about them wigs. We're going to
Okay.
talk about them. So we just going to get right in. Oh, go ahead.
Before you get started, it's all of the, well, I'm from 90 Day Fiance, Love in Paradise. I'm just jumping. But I brought it up because all of the 90 Day fans out there will laugh at the statement that I said I wear many wigs, because I actually wore one on the first season that I was on 90 Day Fiance, and the internet blew up.
Love it.
They was like, what is that on his head? What is that? That's a wig.
Love it. Love it.
So I had
love
a man hairpiece.
Yes. Well, we love all the wigs here.
Yes.
I love all of them. So, born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yes,
What's that
Brooklyn.
like? Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah. Brooklyn,
So how was that?
I loved it. I mean, I didn't know anything different. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, in the 90s, on Wilmore, 1050. Listen, you know how as a kid, your parents burn your address and your phone number,
Yes.
and all of that pertinent information into you. Like, it's still with me to this day. So 1050 Wilmore Street, apartment 4D, and our
Okay.
phone number was 718-498-6339.
Did y'all get that?
I don't know whose number that is or who lives there now, but like even to this day in my 40s, it's seared into my brain. So yeah, in the 90s in East Flatbush in Brooklyn, born and
Okay.
raised, yeah.
Nice. And then you moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah, by way of Atlanta, then back to home to New York. I went to college. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and then back home to New York, and then yes, Los Angeles, California, which I never thought I'd actually be here, but I've been here now many years.
Many years. Many years. Okay, so let's talk about all these wigs, because you know you have degrees, you have talent. So you started out in the entertainment industry as a singer and a songwriter.
Yes, I did. So when I went back home to New York, yeah, I got a job, and I actually, just to skip all of the other minutia,
No,
I was
we
working in
like
human
the details.
resources.
Don't skip.
I got a job through a temp agency, and it was just supposed to be a 2-week assignment to work filling at the front desk for the executive assistant for this large company. And at the end of the 2 weeks, the assistant to the director of the company said, "You have such a great personality. You ever thought about working in human resources?" And literally from that point, even to now, I've been working in human resources. But while I was doing that, I was on the late nights and the weekends all over the tri-state area, and all these different producer studios from all over New Jersey, Philly, all over. Brooklyn, Manhattan, as a writer, and people really wanted to work with me because I was professional. I was professional on top of being talented, and I think that's a real ingredient. Unfortunately, a lot of talented people miss. It's like you have to be professional, you know, which means you really have to be able to be counted on to deliver your talent when you're supposed to deliver it, not when you get ready. Right. So I was quick, and not only was I creative, but I had a quick turnaround, and I had a network of friends. So I sing, and so I knew a lot of people that could sing. So it wasn't nothing for me to call my homegirl and be like, "Could you meet me at the studio tomorrow at such a time? Because I want you to demo this song for me." "Yeah, I got you." So I literally, you could give me some music and say, "Hey, I would like a song written for blah 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 blah." If I love the music, I'm inspired. That's how I function as an artist. I don't do anything I'm not inspired to do. I don't feel passionate, because then I'm not going to do my best, and I don't like being judged on work that I've done that I know I didn't do my best.
Yeah.
That hurts the most to me. So when I got into it, of course, I love this music. I'm an emotional writer, so I'm get my little recorder and I'm singing the melody so I don't forget. So I'm learning the song. I know it by heart by the time I get to the studio. So when my homegirl, if it's a female song, I'll get a homegirl to demo it. If it's a male song, thank God I can sing, I would just sing it. But when she shows up, I'm feeding her the lines. So I mean, I have the words in there with her, but she's mainly listening to me. It's not that hard, you know. So I'm like, oh, you know, sing the first, and here it goes, and she's just spitting it back in the right key with her flavor, you know, on over the lyrics. So anyway, by the end of that session, I get long-winded. You're going to have to stop
it's okay.
me.
No, go ahead.
I'm telling you, I get long-winded. That's how I know. To me, that's my sign of getting old. I get long-winded. You be like, okay, all right, we're going to go to the next topic.
Nope, love it.
But yeah, so when we're in the studio, by the time the session is over, of course, we got all the things that we needed, and I automatically have my engineer mixing, doing a rough mix as we go along. And then I kind of just go over, spend a next couple of hours going through to get a final rough mix that I could send, you know. And then that's how it worked. Like, then I just send it directly to where. So that's actually how I got, quote unquote, discovered. Oh, back in the day when we used to have MySpace. So
MySpace,
I would
you
have,
kicked it all the way
okay.
back.
It was literally the end of MySpace, beginning of, I think, Facebook or whatever else, but I know it was MySpace. And the guy named was Sly Jordan. He was signed to Aftermath, and his brother found my MySpace, and he reached out to me and said, hey, I like some of your music. Do you got anything else? So we started to build a relationship. He was here in California. I was in Brooklyn, and he would send me music. And the thing that actually got me signed was he said, okay, well, after some other songs, like they wanted some trap, they wanted a lot of hooks, R&B hooks for rap music. So I'm good at that too. So I was singing all the ghetto hooks to rap songs. I was doing it all, like writing it all. So then they said, hey, we got a song approved, a track approved for Rihanna. That's what I was told. And that we want to see what you can do to this track. I always pray when I get in situations like that I like the music. Because if I don't like the music, I won't do it. And I've actually had situations that I work with really established producers, and I didn't like the music, and they got upset with me because I wouldn't write. And I was like, you have something else? I was like, I can't give you what is not coming out. I was like, I don't even like that track. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not trying to be shady. I just don't like it. So if I write something, it's probably going to be whack. At any rate, I loved it. I loved it. It had a rock feel. I was like, ooh. I wrote that. I'm a quick writer because I'm an emotional writer. So so I wrote it. This is a nice little story. So anyway, I wrote it, and I called my homegirl because it's for a girl, right? So I'm gonna get a girl to sing the song. People don't like to use their imagination. They'll tell you no in a minute. Unless you're established already, they're gonna tell you no. Oh, you got to make sure you do put your best foot forward as much as possible, especially when you're trying to enter into a space to prove your validity, because they will find any way to discredit you and say you're not ready. At any rate, so I call my homegirl. She comes over. We at the studio, like the next day, I'm feeding her. She didn't sound good. So I couldn't get my main homegirl that some people are coachable, right? They know how to adjust their voice,
Right.
But this one, she can sing, but she doesn't know. She has a distinct sound, and she does not know how to change it up. So I was struggling, but I went ahead with the session because I'm an energy person. Like, I don't like to mess up the energy. We're going to go through this thing. So we went through the whole session. I got some stuff that I could use for the backgrounds. And I was like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. I paid her because I always pay my people, so I don't play around. So I paid her. And then she left. And I was like, thank you. I showed her out. And I went right back in the studio. I was like, I'm about to record that again. We about to do that. So I sang it. I mean, I'm a first tenor, so I was able to pull it off. And then I mixed her vocals into the backgrounds and stuff like that to make it more plush. And then I literally sent the song the same night because we mixed it right after I was done recording it, and sent it the same night. And literally the next day, he was like, "We want to sign you." And then within the next 2 weeks, I was going. All my stuff was in storage. I had matter of fact, I just packed my stuff and left. And my brother and his friends went to my apartment and put everything in storage. And I was like, "Oh, you could keep it. I don't want it." I'm like,
You out.
Anyway, that's the long story. You're going to have to stop me. I'll be telling long stories.
Nice. So what are some of the songs that you are responsible for? I know that you're a songwriter, so what have you written?
I mean, to be honest, in the environment that I was in, I wouldn't know. And the reason why I say that is because it's more than just me. It's a lot of songwriters, a lot of producers, a lot of singers, and they chopping up pieces. They taking from stuff like that. So like I remember time sitting in the studio, or over aftermath and literally writing on the spot and just getting on the mic and singing it. You know, I don't know what happened to that. You know, I don't know. So I don't know. And I didn't, to be honest, I didn't stay around. I was there for like a year or so. I didn't stay long enough to really break through and be recognized as an individual artist. So everywhere you go, there's politics and there's a pecking order. That no matter where you go. And when I learned it, I am the type of person that I believe in myself, and I'm not a waiter. I'm not a person that's going to wait around. I'm like, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be 2 years. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, especially when, again, I see other people just because of the relationship that they have, or they have been there longer, but they less talented, or totally unprofessional. And I'm like, oh my God, I believe in myself more. I just can't do it. And I'll go on my own. So, you know, I love them guys. They really, well, for one, they gave me, made me feel validated. You know, like a little boy from Brooklyn just doing his thing, writing, and, you know, and to acknowledge my talent and gonna want to include me into something like that really gave me a confidence boost that I never felt before.
Nice.
And I ain't gonna lie, he took care of me. Like, I mean, took care of me while I was here in California. And I ain't know nothing about no LA at all. You know, they took care of me. So I really appreciated what they did for me. But I just felt like I needed to go do my own thing. And then I at that time I had a bachelor's degree, but I didn't have a master's degree yet. And I wanted more. Like, I need more. So I exited, stage left, and on good terms, you know. But I started my own thing. So
nice.
I'll stop there.
Nice. Okay, so another wig, you kind of touched on it, your degrees.
Yes, so I have a master's in business administration, an MBA with an added concentration in management, and I have a Bachelor of Science in business management with a concentration in human resources management. Because remember I told you I was working in human resources. So, I mean, I don't believe in being a starving artist. I ain't doing it because I ain't, you know, can I say
You
things?
can say whatever you like.
I ain't sucking no dick. I ain't eating no pussy. Ain't nobody talking me crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody gonna disrespect me? So at least sometimes you got to put up with some mess, but I'm not putting up with much.
Yeah.
So I think oftentimes for me and from my experience, when you put yourself in situations where you're desperate, you get treated that way. And then you will accept more things that you know you never would accept.
Yeah.
So for me, if it takes longer for me, that's fine. That's all good. I'm not hurting. I still have a nice car. I still could live where I want to live. I still make over 6 figures and a high 6 figures. Like, I make money, you know.
Yeah.
And so I always believed in, just because if I'm in HR, I'm gonna move up. You know, so I'm an HR executive now, like senior executive, VP.
Nice.
So I move up wherever I am. You know, I'm a college professor. You know, I've been doing that for 7 years. You know, so as an adjunct professor, and so I also do entertainment. I have a production company, VaLentine Entertainment Inc. VSENT.com. VSENT.com.
That's
anyway,
right.
I'm sorry.
No, another wig.
It's another wig. Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I have the energy. I'm smart. I'm creative. I just find a way, you know. And I'm at the gym 4 o'clock every morning, you know, working out. So I mean, it's funny when I have these types of conversations and I talk about all the things I do. I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot. How did I do it? I don't know. I just did it.
You just did it. Yeah.
If I really want to do something, I'm going to do it. You know. So
Nice.
anyway.
Well, good for you for standing up for yourself and not compromising,
I
because
can't
people
do it.
treat us how we allow them to treat
Yes,
us.
they really do.
Yeah.
And then environments where there's no real control mechanisms, like the entertainment industry. So a lot of it is done out in the field. These people say and do anything to you. They will.
ma'am,
They
they
will
do.
try
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And unfortunately, in the world we live in, the more valuable that person is, the harder that there's going to be any type of repercussions dealt to them, you know.
Right.
And I think we have plenty of examples from Harvey Weinstein to R. Kelly to like the only reason why they face any type of repercussions is because they want a downside of their career. They weren't making a whole lot of money like they were before.
Right.
Before they was, everybody knew. but it wasn't nobody's want to do anything because they are too valuable
Right,
to so
right.
many people's careers, their livelihood.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the same dynamic, maybe on a smaller scale. If an executive producer of a show, you know, that person is more valuable probably than maybe the talent. If the talent is not a big name, you know, and if you piss them off, her or him off, you're probably gonna be off, even though they probably offended you or was disrespectful or
Yeah.
assaulted you or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's just the world we live in, unfortunately. Unless now, because of the internet, the playing field is a little even because if you got enough followers, they'll do something.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, if you
Yeah.
got followings on
It's
social media, they'll do
famous.
something. Because then they know, oh, they might tweet, they might go on their social media and say so and so, and that's going to hurt us, and that's going to make us look like we're not doing nothing, even though you're not doing anything. You know, at any rate, don't get me on my soapbox.
Yeah. Hey, no, hey, go for it. So, another wig, 90 Day Fiance. How was that experience?
Yes. So I did get another wig, 90 Day Fiance. Excuse me, 90 Day Fiance, Love in Paradise. How that came about was very organic. It literally, so at the end of the first week of the shutdown in Los Angeles, when the governor shut down the city for COVID-19, and everybody had to go on lockdown, I was at home, like most everybody else. And I was on my Instagram, and I saw, you know, like people you follow, you see their stories. So I'm more of I probably won't go to your page, but I'll probably click on the story. Right? So I clicked on the story, and this guy that I had met maybe a few months prior, he was always, I guess, sharing other people that he follows stories onto his story. So I saw this Latin guy with a nice body, fat ass. He had his hair super long down his back. And I was like, oof. So I clicked on him. I'm going to see the profile. So I'm looking at the profile. I'm like, oh my God, yes. I'm going to get excited. So I was like, fuck it. So I sent him a DM and I was like, yo, you sexy. So maybe about 40 minutes later, bing. And I'm like, I check. He's like, oh, you look good. You the one who hot. So I was like, oh, that's what's up. So, you know, now I didn't know where he was at the time. I just sent the message. So we started going back and forth. Where you live? He lives in Colombia. And I'm like, oh, Colombia, the country? And I was like, oh, that's too far. This ain't going to go nowhere. We're just going to flirt for a little bit back and forth, and that's going to be that. Well, kind of find out, what happened after that is we exchanged phone numbers. Then we started FaceTiming. And then, I don't know, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by. The world is shutting down anyway. So literally, I'm home, he's home. We just talking every day, talking all the time, like all the time. And it got to the point where if I didn't, because I'm an early riser, if I didn't call him in the morning to wake him, well, he's 3 hours ahead in Colombia. Well, to wake him up or say what's up, he's, where you at? Why you didn't, you know, he's after me. So I was like, oh, this is something. So we doing all that, and I've always been a fan of 90 Day Fiance. Like I've watched all of the spinoffs, all the shows. So one time we were on FaceTime, and I was watching it, and I said, his name is Carlos. I said, Carlos, wouldn't this be funny if you was on 90 Day Fiance? You watched that show? He's like, yeah, I like that show. I said, that would be funny. I was like, maybe one day I'll look and see how you get into that. I literally didn't think nothing else of it. So fast forward a couple months, and I'm grading papers because school didn't stop. It just went completely remote.
Yeah.
So I'm grading papers, and I'm getting bored. So I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I need a break. You know, these papers are long. I need a break. So I, you know, clicked off, and I just started surfing on social media on my laptop. So then I was like, oh, I wonder how can you go on 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah.
So I just Googled some stuff, and I'm pretty good at searching around the internet, and I found an email to the casting people. And so I said, if it don't really go to them, oh well,
Right,
I'm still.
yeah.
So I emailed them with a link to both our Instagrams and a short summary. And maybe about, I don't know, a month or so later, I got an email back with follow-up questions from Angel. Love you, Angel. Angel lives in New York. She's a beautiful black girl. Oh my God, gorgeous young black girl, and she's really doing her thing out here as a casting person for talent. I think she works with Karamo now, Karamo's show. I don't know if you're familiar with Karamo, but at any rate, she was the one that emailed me, and she had some follow-up questions, and I just answered the follow-up question and sent it back. The next day she called me. And then she called me and I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I looked at you and, Carlos. So she's asking more questions. We're talking. She was like, I'm going to refer you to the next person because like a bunch of people you go through.
Yeah.
So when she did that, it happened to be a few days before Carlos's birthday. His birthday is, I think, December 17th. So I didn't tell him because I was like, I'm going to wait till his birthday. So I told him on his birthday and he was like, are you serious? And I was like, I'm dead serious. I was like, I had to tell you because they're going to be asked. They was asking me for your information, like so they could contact you. So then next thing you know, we get actually just a tidbit of information nobody knows is that
Ooh, exclusive levies.
it's exclusive that nobody knows is actually they wanted us to be on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, but then Carlos has some issues with his family issues and he didn't want, he's like, not right now. So we turned it down. And then in January, late January, Angel kept in touch with us and we follow each other on Instagram. So literally like sometimes like she'll like or send me a message on a post that I did. And I was like, hey, she was like, how are you and Carlos doing? I was like, oh, we doing good, blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh, so he's better now? I was like, yeah, he's better. So she was like, did you reach out to the producers and let them know that? And I was like, no. I was like, we already said no. So I didn't think I thought they moved on. She was like, no, they love y'all. They loved you and it's other shows you could be on. So she was like, I'll let them know. That was on a weekend, actually, a Saturday. Monday, they called me. Nice. And we started talking, and they said, would you like to be on 90 Day Fiance Love in Paradise? And then I met the executive producer of the Love. She's actually over that show, that and 90 Day Fiance the other way. Hi, Adrian. I love Adrian. And your little boy, Graham. I hope I didn't get his name wrong, but Graham. At any rate, she just had a baby. So, yeah. And then the rest is history and blah, 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 blah. See, I tell long stories.
Nice. Love it. Oh, yeah, we're here for it. We are all here for it.
So that's how it happened. That's how I got on 90 Day Fiance. I mean, it literally was just me being inquisitive and doing and taking some type of action just to see. Now, I am that type of person, though. Like, again, like there's definitely no roadmap to how you make it into entertainment. There is no guide. Like in the regular / corporate world, there's a job description. And it says you have to have this degree, you have to have this experience, blah, blah, blah. So you get that, so you qualify to apply, and then you probably get an interview, and then you let your personality shine, you sell yourself. But in the entertainment industry, no. If you know somebody, amazing. Know someone who has the power to do something and is actually going to do it. Those two key components are important, not that you just know somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you could just show up and be at the right place at the right time and you on. Yeah. So it's really no real...
There's no blueprint to it.
There's no blueprint. You just got to make it happen.
So where are you and Carlos today?
We not together no more.
Oh.
We broke up... Yeah, don't get me started, okay? All right, so anyway.
We got you.
We broke up actually on this. I can talk about it because it happened already on the show. It aired. We broke up on this season that just aired, finished airing, and actually I can honestly say, like what you see literally happened in real time. Like we literally got into a conversation and he was telling me some mess and I was like, oh, we not getting married. I was like, oh, you ain't got to worry because we not getting married. And it all literally, it wasn't over, oh, could you do it again? No, that literally happened in real time. Basically, honestly, I mean, people only know a little bit of the snippets and how it's, and then what's edited actually gets through the editing on these shows. They think they know everything. They be speaking like they know everything. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, you only have a small piece of information, and then to be honest, some of that information is filtered because there are other couples that they have to show. They can't spend the whole time giving all of our details.
Okay, so what don't we know?
I mean, oh God, I gotta be careful. I don't know. You know how you separated from that monster, so you don't want to bring up no say no, and then you wake up the monster and you know. I was like, oh God. I just want to leave you in the past. I don't want to bring you back up in my life. But at any rate, basically, you know, for me, sometimes I just don't know when to quit. I'm of the age, even though I'm a man, I'm of the age of ride or die type. I don't
Until the
say I
wheels
just left
fall
the
off.
ride or die chick off, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
a
yeah,
chick, I'm a
yeah,
man.
yeah.
But I'm of that age where I'm a ride or die individual. So if I'm with you, I'm with you.
Until the wheels
And
fall off.
until the wheels fall off. But what I realize is some people will take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
They will use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
That they like, oh, he down the ride. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a push. So then I felt like he felt that I valued the relationship more. So he could always leverage whatever he wants with a threat of it'll be over. Like, I'll leave you. Like as if I was too afraid, And then honestly speaking too, I think he thought that, because unfortunately, a lot of people that are on reality TV really, that's their bread and butter. That is their life. That is there's the opportunity they would never have had in their life because they don't have no talent, no viable talent that would allow them to be on TV otherwise. And so they are willing to do and say and be whatever to get a new contract, right? To get more screen time. And so I think that he also thought that I wanted to be on TV so much because it would assist the other areas of my life that I would give in to what he wanted, like his temper tantrums or whatever it is. But I have always been the type of person that when I notice that you think that that you got me, that I'm too afraid, like I'm gonna bow down because I don't care. You can have, I'll start all over again. Bye.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Who is gonna leave working with them over there after me? Who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
They'll stay, no, I'm like, thank you, but I need to go do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have done this so many times where I'm like, no, I believe in me more. And even if God does not allow me to get to where I would like to go, I'm going to do it as best as I can, as hard as I can, but I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
Right? Because for me, it'll break my spirit. Like, literally, I will be no good. I will be no good. My spirit will be broken. So really, to be honest, the straw that broke the camel's back, because there were so many other things that are not on camera. Because I would go spend months at a time in Colombia, so with him. So there's so many things that happened, but the thing that broke the camel's back was Carlos is also bisexual. I'm polyamorous, which means that I am capable of being in a relationship and truly love more than one person. He didn't like that, but he accepted that. And we actually talked about possibly exploring bringing another person into the relationship after about 2 or 3 years of us, building bonds and, history together. But he's also bisexual. So he met this girl, and then he told me, his thing was every time he talked to me and he did something, and one thing he will tell me. So he'll say, VaLentine, I have something to tell you. He has an accent. He is VaLentine, I have something to tell you. And right when he say that, I know, brace myself. This is gonna be some shit.
It's coming. Yeah.
So one time he said VaLentine. I was like, okay, what's up? So he was telling me, I met this girl with this new group of friends that he had made, and we were intimate as she was laying on my chest, and she was like I got hard, and we were talking about blah blah. I told her about you, and blah blah. He was all this intimacy. Now I said, now Carlos, if it was me, you would be on fire cursing me out. You'd be, you cheating, you'd be going off. I was like, because we also had an open relationship too. But for sex, not being intimate, like you spending intimate time with her. She laying on your chest. You telling her about me. Y'all having discussions about me. We talked about it. He said, I apologize. And then I told him, I said, hey, it sounds like you met a girl that you like. I was like, and you've never been with a girl.
That was his first time with a girl?
Yeah, he said they didn't have sex with.
Okay.
That was his first time being that closely intimate with a girl, and so I said to him, do you want to explore that? So there's an age difference as well. Now he's 30, he's turning 31 or 32. But then he was 27 or something like that.
So what's the age difference?
I'm 48 right now. So back
Okay.
then, I don't know, 46, so something like that. 40. So there's that age gap. So me, I'm telling him, yo, you young. I was like, you need to go explore that. Do you want to? You probably should. No, I don't want her. I want you. I'm gay. I was like, this ain't no, you don't have to prove nothing to me. I'm just telling you, I think this is an opportunity. You should explore it. You're young. No. So I was like, okay,
you
cool.
wanted him to.
I wanted him to, but I'm the type of person, if I'm dating someone they're younger, I don't believe in stifling people. They need to be all that they can be. They're only going to be 21, 22, 23 once in their life.
Yeah.
And I'm not stifling you. If anything, I'm going to encourage you. I'm the type of person who will love you for who you are. I ain't going to try. I'm going to just teach you to be respectful if your ass ain't respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And teach you how I want to be treated.
Exactly.
Other than that, if you get that, we good. If I want you to do all that you want to do. If anything, I want to be a part of it. Like, could I help you? Could I encourage you? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because I'm like, you're only going to be young once. I'm not here to stifle you.
But
right?
that's rare though, because you don't find that in relationships where
No,
someone
you
like you wanted him to explore that. You wanted him
Yep.
to experience that.
I did, but you know where I got that from? Because I felt. Listen, I'm a gay black man. When my parents found out I was gay, make a long story short, combined with some other things that happened, I got kicked out and I was homeless, and I had to drop out of college and I stayed with a friend. Like I felt like all my life I just wanted to be accepted for who the fuck I am.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, I just wanted to be accepted for who I am. And then I'm of a darker hue. So then sometimes, people give me because I'm not, and I'll see lighter skinned blacks get in or get more privileged than me, or I'm not. I just want to be accepted for who I am.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so many different facets of things that I've always feel like I have to overcome, because I'm not something, you know what I'm saying, or not enough of. So I guess I just want to give the type of love that I've always wanted to receive from somebody.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
I believe in that. So I'm like, I'm not going to change you. If I actually love you, I love all of you.
For who you are.
For who you are. I do. The stuff that gets on my nerves, I actually like it too. But I accept it. I'm like, it does get on my nerves, but it's so cute. That's how I think about it. You know what I'm saying? So at any rate, the problem is, you hard pressed to find somebody to give you that right back. Most of the times they take that for granted and eat it up.
Yeah, but you know what? You're never going to find you in somebody else. Never going to find
I'm gonna remember
you.
that one. That was a good one. I'm gonna remember that one. So he said no, blah blah blah. Then, so the next now I'm a early. I go to bed early. I be knocked out middle of the night. To me, if I say middle of the night and your brain translate that to it was like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30, 11, that's my middle of the night. Oh my God, it's so super late. So anyway, middle of the night, I get a call from him, and I'm like half asleep, and he's like, "Oh, VaLentine, can I post? I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna post some pictures up from when I went out with my friends the other day, blah 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 blah. And if you don't mind, I want to post some pictures." Now, half of me in my brain is like, "Why the fuck?" Calling and texting me to get it. What I care for. So I was like, yeah, all right, okay, bye. And I went back to sleep, rolled over. This is when he was with the girl, when they went out. So in the morning I gets up and I'm remembering something. Let me go see what he posts.
Yeah.
It's pictures of them two.
With
the girl. Him and she's in her bathing suit, and it's just them two mainly. Like he put several pictures, but the main couple of ones are them, and then the whole group is some pictures later. And immediately that pissed me off because didn't we just have a conversation? But now you featuring her. She's the only female on your whole entire page, on your whole Instagram. Because only other people is you. Like me. Only recently I started posting pictures with other people, right? But mainly it's just me.
So did you guys have an agreement for him, not to post anybody else on social media?
To me, common sense, if we just had a whole debate, argument, a disagreement about your interaction with her, why would you then go feature her on your page? So I immediately, I'm calling. So I'm like, call us. I know you call for permission, but I know And I said, I just think that's not cool. I said, because now she feels special too. I'm not even on your page, right? Nobody is on your, just her. She feels special, like you're featuring her.
Yeah.
I said, to be honest, I think it's part, you feel more like a man. You know, that you feel more like a man because this girl, this pretty girl, and then two, it looks good on your page. So I think a lot of it was superficial, and then also self-esteem wise. But the thing that really did is when he told me, no, I'm not taking it down. I got pissed off. So that was my first introduction to this girl. So we got into an argument, blah, 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 blah. Now speed up. I'm gonna skip a whole lot of stuff. Now I proposed to him on an international television show. I sang a song, it's called Adore You. I wrote it and I sang it a cappella to him. I recorded a music video, flew to Colombia to shoot music videos because he can't come here yet. The visa is not approved. And in front of the whole world, I get down on one knee, propose to him. He cries and said, yes, we love each other. We put rings on each other's fingers, all this stuff. And then now we agreed to get married in his country so that his family can be a part of it because they can't come here to America. So I'm like, okay, sure. Who's flipping the bill for that? Right? So I'm doing all this stuff only for you to tell me the girl is coming to the wedding. And not only is she, and this is the part, I'm going to tell you the stuff that's not on the show.
Put your hair back, take your earrings off.
But wait, I'm going to tell you the part that's not on the show. The part that's not on the show is she's not just coming to the show. She has some type of catering company she's starting. So she's providing food for the reception and making the wedding cake. But this is what's not on the show. So people just so I'm like, I'm literally trying to stomach this. I'm like, dude, this is so inappropriate.
What made him think that was okay?
Because again, he felt like I cared. I was in more. Remember, I'm ride or die dude, and I've invested so much. You know, now we're on this show. I've spent thousands of dollars on this thing. So he ain't investing no money. He's sitting pretty in Colombia waiting. The things are happening.
You, right.
The things are happening. I'm making them all happen.
Right.
So I have more invested. I have more to lose. And that's another thing I learned. That the saying where people say you need to, when at a certain point, you can't have a lot of people around you who have less to lose than you because they will show up and show out on your stuff. Yeah, they don't care. They don't have as much to lose. Right. Exactly. Right. So you the one who all invested in all the things, right?
Right.
So at any rate, it wasn't quite presented like that until I got there. It was presented like, because when he told me about it, I was like, I'm not coming. He was saying, oh, it's nothing going on between us. Between them two, we're just friends. I say, yeah.
That friend thing.
I hear, it's all about trust me. Okay, I need to trust my partner. But I did explain to him, I said, yeah, but I still, listen, the way you introduced this girl was in a garbage can lid. Right. And it's been nothing but an irritation since then. I was like, you've lied and said you don't talk to her no more. Then you come and tell me a few months later, not only y'all talking, but y'all hung out a whole bunch of times and now she's your best friend in the whole world. So when she get that status, I can't get rid of her best friend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So I said, Carlos, I don't want at my wedding anybody that I feel any type of way about. Why would it's like me inviting somebody that you don't really like to the wedding. Right. Like, why should you should see their face at your wedding. Exactly. This is a place where you should feel like
your special day.
Yes.
And it's all about you and whoever you're marrying.
But he feels like it was all about him. At any rate, so I'm trying to compromise. And I said, okay, I will decide when I get there because I never met her. So I was like, he said, so I agreed to meet her. And I said, I'll meet and we can hang out. And if I feel cool, I'll let you know if she can come to the wedding or not. He said, okay. When I got there, because remember now, my mother is coming to the wedding. She's retired, but she bought tickets. My family members got babysitters. They coming to the wedding. My best friends, and they from all over the United States. Bought tickets and all booked their hotels, and they're coming to the wedding. So now I'm more invested. His family is just there.
They're just there. They just showing up.
They just showing up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody spent no money. Right. Nobody's inconvenienced him. Most of all, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. Again, it's that leveraging. Yeah. So I think he purposely waited till I got there. Like, he's here, what he gonna do? Say no. What he gonna do? Call off the wedding? Yeah. His mother's coming, everybody's coming. He's spending all this money. I'm in too deep. I'm telling you, I'm that motherfucker. I'll be like, fuck all this. I don't give a fuck. It's
It's
$1
a
million,
wrap.
bitch. I need my freedom. Fuck you.
Right,
Fuck it.
right.
I'll start scratch. I don't care. I'll start from scratch. I'm not
Right.
scared. You know, I'm that type of person. So, but he didn't ever experience that from me. You see what I'm saying? He's thinking,
Yeah.
oh, he ain't gonna do anything. So literally on camera, I promise you, what you see on the TV literally happened.
Is how it
We
happened.
started having a conversation because I was supposed to go meet her after this conversation. And in the conversation, I said, "Okay, well, it's no problem because I'm gonna go meet her and I'll decide." He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't like that. It's no decide. She's coming to the wedding." I said, "No, no, no, no. Our agreement." He's like, "Oh, that's immature. She's coming to the wedding. She ain't do nothing to you." Now, to me, that sounds like loyalty. Who back do you have?
Hers.
Hers. So I'm like, I rearranged my life.
Your whole
I've spent
life.
money.
Yes,
My family
your
is coming.
family.
My mother, who I never introduced her to anybody I ever dated in my life, is coming. We didn't even get along for a long time, and she's coming. And this
Wow.
motherfucker playing
And
with
you
me.
doing the fool.
Yeah, I was like, I said, "Oh, you ain't never got through." It was a part in when the show it's on the show where he said, "Oh, I'm actually tired of having this conversation." And I said, "Oh, you ain't ever got the word. We never gonna have to have this conversation because it's over. We're not getting married."
It's a wrap.
And literally, I got up and I didn't care. I was like, "Goodbye," because he's the type of person who likes to break up to make up, like literally, like.
Think he gonna get many, many chances.
Well, yeah, he'll blow up if he don't like something or he get mad. I don't want to be with you. This is over. And then, like literally, like clockwork, 2 to 3 weeks later. I'm sorry, 2 to 3 days later, he's calling me. Or we're talking. Excuse me. Or I text him to see how he's doing, and he'll be like, "I was really upset. I'm sorry." Blah 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 blah. And then we back together. But he probably got his way already, depending on the situation. Like literally, we've been in meetings with production, and he didn't like something I said and broke up with me right on the phone in front of. I don't care. Yeah, like, he's volatile. He's very volatile. On the show, you see him calm. That's not him. That's not him. That's not him. That's what I'm telling you. You don't believe the people could put on anything for the little time you're in front of the camera. You don't know these. You don't know these people. You need to meet them in person and be around them. That's why I be like, to be honest, it opened my eyes. It opened as a person who's always been an avid TV watcher, and then since this era of reality TV has ushered in, I watched them too. It gave me a real time reference, and I have so much more compassion. And then I also don't trust everything I see.
Exactly.
Because that shit is edited or is pretend by the person who's giving everybody on reality TV is not being real. That's not their true self. Especially at this point where people have figured out the formula that they know they got to be this person or this personality to get the check, to get a story. Some people are willing to do whatever. Usually it's the less educated or the less successful. They're the most willing to be. That's why on the Housewives, half of them is not wives. They not housewives. Some of them is the girlfriends, but they are the ones being the most ratchet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because I often wonder. I'm like, how do they last so long? Like, you ain't
because they don't have nothing, and this is what they have.
Right.
The people who have something, they usually last maybe 2-3 seasons tops, because they get to a point where fuck this.
Yeah.
You fucking up my business. You fucking up. I went to school too many years. I'm a lawyer. Y'all fucking with my livelihood. You know what I'm saying? They have things that are really worth something in real life that this pretend shit is fucking up. You know, excuse, I'm cursing a lot, but
it's
you know,
good.
so for me, I even feel that way too. Like I worked way too hard for my degrees. I worked way too hard. I will never be on TV. Being ratchet is not my thing. They should have caught me like 20 years ago. I turn this motherfucker and jump over the table. But I'm too old. I look in shape. Yes, I am in shape, but I don't think I'm that in shape to jump over the table and not feel some type of way or some crook or hook by tomorrow. So I ain't about to just jump over. It's gonna have to be something really serious for me to jump over the table. And I ain't throwing no glass. You know what I'm saying? Throwing no drinks. So I just say that I could never just do that and think that when it airs and it's all over TV, that I'm probably going to still be a respected professor at the school.
Right.
And then that they're going to be like, well, you know, and they may not decide that, hey, this is not, you your persona is damaging the image of the school. We need to we part ways, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even as an HR executive, HR of all, I'm supposed to be the most. I can't be on TV cursing you out and throwing just and carrying on, but I'm in charge of all the employee relations issues and or concerns. They're gonna be like, and I'm recognized because being gay famous and being straight famous is two different things.
How so?
Two different ball games. When you on a predominantly gay show, most people that know you are gay, or maybe some allies. It's not as big as you may think. But when you on a show that literally everybody watches, straight and gay or whoever, they know you. Like I didn't even realize how much people recognize me until I would actually. So I went to the Los Angeles County Fair, I think that is. Baby, I had to leave. Literally, when I walked up, I went by myself. I literally, because I was like, I'm going to this thing, and my friend was canceling. I was like, I'm going. I always wanted to go, so I went. Soon as I walked up to the line, and it's mad people, families. These are families, like husband and wives, like and their kids. They know me. They was like, oh my God, VaLentine, and they taking pictures. Okay, please take a picture, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, this is when I was just arriving. I could not walk a few feet. I kept getting stopped. They're asking me, are you and Carlos? Listen, I appreciate it. But it was new to me. And I was like, this is a lot. Like literally, I'm not able to enjoy fully. And then I sat down. So I was like, I'm gonna find somebody to sit down. Do you know, as soon as I sat down, this lady came up. She was so sweet, but she came over to me. She's like, my mother and I we've been watching you walk around. You're VaLentine, right, from 90? I was like, yes, I am. And she was like, oh my God. And so I got up and hugged her, and she sat down next to me and, asking me about our relationship. And she was so sweet. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry about what happened to you when you came out, because, the whole thing with I wasn't accepted by my family. But I just say that to say it's different. Now, if you're on a predominantly gay platform, that ain't gonna happen until you go to the gay club or you go to the gay places where it's predominantly gay people. Then they are going to acknowledge you. Like for example, and that's if they watch. Like for example, in the straight world, like I'm openly gay. So here I am. Like I went to Atlanta. I couldn't get through. I was going to my aunt's wedding. She got remarried to my uncle 20 on their 20-year anniversary.
Nice.
I couldn't get through the airport. People stopping me and staring at me. As soon as I got outside, and a lot of men, black men too, would come and say, oh, my girl watch you. You know what I'm saying? My girl watches the show, and she really like you, blah, 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 and they start talking to me. I mean, I don't care what excuse they're using, but if you're on a gay show, even if they watch, they ain't gonna say nothing to you. You see what I'm saying? Because that's a gay show. Why would they be watching the gay show? You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But the excuse is I just happen to be gay on a predominantly straight platform. So when I've noticed a pattern that a lot of straight men, when they approach me, they usually say, oh, like this one guy at the gym. I get stopped at the gym everywhere. This one guy was like, oh, my son recognized you. Are you from 90? His son, not him.
Not him.
So I'm like, and his son is a kid. His son is a kid. His son is 4. His son is a kid. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it's always my son, my girlfriend watches, blah, 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 and I watch. So it's like that degree of separation. I don't care. But I'm just explaining the difference of the dynamics. So I just feel a little bit more intensely, and stuff. So at any rate, it's just been, the whole thing has been an experience. I jumped around, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But, I'm the type of person, it's like if I recognize somebody, it's like that recognition comes out of respect for like your talent or whatever you're doing. It's not, oh, well, that's VaLentine. He's gay. It's like, no, you're just VaLentine.
Well, they don't say I'm gay. They don't, they already know. Like, I've even had, like, sometimes online, people are more outspoken. They say all the things. But when they see you in person, it's nothing but, oh my God, can I take a picture? Now, sometimes I could sense that they want to say more because they'll be staring at me or they're speaking in code. Like one lady, I was checking into the hotel in Atlanta at the Hilton, and she came up to me. She was like, oh my God, you're VaLentine. And her husband was with him. There's a white couple. And I was like, yeah, it's me. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, oh, we love you. She was like, and then she started saying, don't do that ever again, though. Don't do that ever again. I didn't know what she was talking about. And mind you, it's a lot of people here watching. So I was like, oh, no, I won't. I didn't even want to ask her what she's talking about. I just said, oh, no, I won't. And I'm thinking, what? Don't be gay no more. Don't talk to another person overseas. Don't what? But I didn't want to ask her because I was like, I ain't trying to get into a conversation about my life with some stranger. So I just said, okay, no problem. You know, and then I had another time, this person, I believe that they were a female gay couple. They were black. I believe they were a couple. They didn't say so, but the energy was we family. Yeah. And one, this was at the county fair. She recognized me first. And she said, oh my God, you're VaLentine? I was like, yes. And then so we started talking and then all of a sudden her partner comes who was more, their dynamic was, the one I was talking to was more feminine, the other one was more masculine. So the more masculine one came and she said, yeah, but I wouldn't be letting my person go talk to other people. Like, I don't believe in that sharing, like talking slick to me. Yeah. And I looked at her, I said, okay. And I said, okay. I said, but Carlos enjoys the benefits. And then the girlfriend, the one that was speaking with respect, started saying, yeah, it's benefits to that. As if she like wants her to see the benefits of being with someone who's polyamorous because she wanted to. It was an interesting dynamic. But I quickly exited stage left because I also have to realize that as God willing, my notoriety raises in this day and age, it's the goal to get a rattle or start something so that they could get clicks and likes or be associated with someone that they know who has access to something that they probably never had before. They were like, you know, so if you're a public figure and I'm in the street with you and I know that bad behavior gets rewarded and I'm like, oh, you don't want to take no picture? I'm filming. You don't want to take no picture? And now if you say, you need to get out of my face, you have just given them a viral moment. You have just done it. They are going to be on all of the blogs, all over social media for at least a month, depending on how much you do, you know? And then they're gonna go agree to go speak to Tasha K or whoever else, you know, you come on this show on the Many Wigs and say, I want to tell what happened when VaLentine, you know, so it's just, but that stuff is hard for me because I still work. I still work a 9 to 5. I still teach. So I don't see myself like that. I'm just walking through life. So it's hard for me sometimes. It's hard for me sometimes to remember those things because I'm still, you know, DeJuan VaLentine from Brooklyn. Yes. So I'll be like, yes. Well, Mr. DeJuan, but I have to catch myself.
Well, listen, we are glad that we caught you today. Okay.
Yes. You got me talking the most though. Oh, okay. I talk, here. But you got me really just telling all the things.
That's what we do. We open up and we talk about, honey. We talk about it all.
Well, I hope I didn't overtalk. Did I overtalk?
Oh, no. Not at all. Not at all. You can have that, and you can also have something else because I have a gift for you.
Oh my God. Where's my camera? They got gifts.
So my sister and I, we are owners of a fragrance called Les Elegance. We have our essential perfume oil. And she has notes of vanilla and white peony. You can actually smell her here.
I saw them, but I thought they were just pretty adornments. They really pretty cool. Yes. Nice. That's not too powerful, too overpowering.
Yeah.
That smells good.
Yeah. And then we have our essential oil called Otis. And he has hints of musk, sandalwood, and amber. So you like a little crown.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Thank you.
I want to give it. Where can I buy it so I give it as gifts?
Well, you can find it on leselegance.com.
Okay.
But these are yours.
Oh my goodness.
All right, lovies. Well, that's it for this episode of the Many Wigs Podcast. And remember, if it's popping, I got a wig for the topic.
Yes, a wig for the topic.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.